10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team done.
Another of StarLadder TV channel here. It's hard to play. We've got ourselves pretty good for a
10 seconds remaining.
It's some down why two teams have guaranteed this one in the playoff. That's DT and IG, but 3 teams are fighting for the last 2 spots. LGD, and LGD ready to advance to the on Dreamtime. This time around though, not going. It didn't be none other than Skip. Hey man.
But you got?
More so, last game we rushed and I was nice.
Venom. Ready for some, well, what should hopefully be some good Dota. And like you said, it's important Dota as well. I didn't exactly work out all of the possible variations, but I think we've got 2 possible 3-way ties depending on how results play out, and then tiebreakers are resolved by head-to-head. Is it the results?
If there's a tie, you can lose. It's a head-to-head, and then
10 seconds remaining.
It's all head-to-head, though.
5 seconds.
Out of 3-way tie, the Newbee, Vici Gaming, LGD will be decided by tiebreaker matches because there's no head-to-head breaker, I guess. That makes sense.
The other 2 in that set of 3. Okay.
Yeah. So LGD, they've got to win against Dreamtime, and Dreamtime was the team that took down DK yesterday. I'm sure it was a DK without burning, but Dreamtime also said IG, so it's a tough one, I would say.
Into today to see that CIS actually finished their run in this group with no wins, because I think Dreamtime and CIS have both had pretty convincing performances over the course of the last couple of weeks, you know, as the Chinese scene has started back up again. So to see that team all the way at the bottom means that this must have been a great group, you know, to get up to this point.
Tougher, like they didn't really have that momentum building. I think that team also figured out CIS.
Radiant team ban.
And I think CIS has just become comfortable. Managed to pick a couple wins and as 3 or 4 ultimate rising stars, so these are kind of
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
They've not been top teams.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, LGD looks like they've done a little bit of their homework as well, as far as Dreamtime is concerned. I think Alchemist is their most picked hero up to this point in 6.80, so they've been running it a lot as a support, I think, played by DreamEU, so looks like LGD are up to date with what's going on. One thing as well that I wanted to point out for Dreamtime, because at the moment it seems like in China, Ancient Apparition and Shadow Shaman are basically your 2 premium supports, or at least they were a couple of days ago. LGD are kind of on that trend. They've been picking both pretty heavily. Dreamtime have played Ancient Apparition, I think, twice, and they are yet to play Rasta on this patch. So they're doing some different stuff as far as their support structure is concerned.
Some teams have like slightly different preferences. Like the DT.NGC gaming series, every game was Shadow Shaman, Ancient Apparition, or they were banned out. Like it was ridiculous. Something really interesting with Shadow Shaman that K-pop Tosis brought up here is the hero has something like a 68% win rate on Diet side, but on Radiant it's something like 44%.
Really surprising, honestly, because the strength feels like it's just in pushing and team fighting, and that, you know, being able to take Roshan more quickly wouldn't factor in that much, but the stats don't lie, I guess.
I think it's almost where you have to like look at the sample size and see what happened, like look at like how big the sample size is and what games it happened in, so maybe it's just over more games played it would even out a bit more, but it was definitely interesting, because apart from the Roshan advantage, I don't see much more to the dire side Shadow Shaman compared to a Radiant Shadow Shaman.
Yeah. So
you can go with like more like greedy supports, like supports who don't have to have lockdown disables because of the red jungle, but that's really stretching.
yeah, there could be all kinds of things going on there. Draft so far is actually pretty interesting. Have LGD been running this Nyx Assassin as a support, or are they doing it more off-lane kind of thing? What's the go?
Or off lane, I would say. They've been running a lot of this Venomancer, but they're playing this out with Yao handling him.
Yeah,
I go back to Chen. Seeing these, especially the Chen.
Nature's Prophet, well, most of the time your offlane / jungle Nature's Prophet is going to start off on the offlane anyway, try and block camps for a couple of minutes, and then maybe move over to the jungle, but it probably means that he has to stick around just a little bit longer on the offlane now that they've got the Chen. But the one thing that you can say for Dreamtime is, with the heroes that they have right now, they're really well positioned to take advantage of all of the farm on the map. Chen and Sand King are both very competent junglers, as is Nature's Prophet. The Prophet can go be clearing Ancients as well through the mid game, so I think while they still want to push, obviously, with the Prophet and the Chen, if things do grind to a standstill for a little bit, that should be time where Dreamtime are, pulling a little bit ahead incrementally just in terms of golden experience.
Lanes that can be exploited. You look at the Sand King as a solo support.
Yeah.
He's a melee support with a pretty weak level 1 stun, and that's where they're going to be forced to pick like probably a ranged farmer at the off lane. And even then, like a Sand King +1, like they can't really do much to zone out a Nyx Assassin. Like unless Chen coming and ganking, that Nyx Assassin will get all the XP in the world in the off lane.
Gonna get a whole lot. And like you said, Dreamtime probably need to be looking towards a fairly hardy range carry. Looks like that might be the Mirana here. Okay, so nice to have somebody that can kind of survive on their own, especially when, like you said, you don't have a support that can really protect them too much, do too much zoning in the lane. So Mirana kind of fits that bill. I'm personally not a huge fan of one position Mirana, honestly, but I think that's largely because what we were seeing in Korea, and I guess in the West for a couple of weeks, was always the Midas into Lincoln's Mirana, and trying to play it as a split pusher and trying to play it almost like a Morphling, kind of. I'm not a big fan of that. I much prefer to see the Phase Drum Yasha moving around, trying to gank, take advantage of the ultimate. So I guess I'll reserve judgment on this Mirana before we, up until we see the build.
Exactly, you can play it in the safe lane, but not as a hard carry. Like the way StarLadder often run the Mirana in the safe lane for Sing.
Dire team ban.
Level 7, level 8, he's off roaming with his phase drop, so it doesn't really carry in the safe lane. LGD pick up pick up Lifesteal to go with the Shadow Shaman and Venomancer, and this is their trialing most likely, and something they could
remaining.
It's going to be just a Sand King Mirana if they want to try and shift, but it's always kind of just safer play, especially on the Radiant side, to go with just a safe lane trialing, because you've got such a good jungle to exploit using the Veno Shadow Shaman, not to mention a much easier off lane.
Shame that they kind of have the Nyx Assassin as well. He's just not really strong enough 1v1 for you to be confident and say, look, we can go aggro and we can lose the tri lane, but it's fine because both of our solo lanes are going to win. Say if they had something like a Timber to face up against the Nature's Prophet and then another strong solo for mid. That being 100% sure that if those two solo lanes are uninterrupted, they're going to win is always a huge incentive to go for an aggro tribe. But with the Nyx Assassin, LGD just don't have that.
It looks like both teams after a mid hero of some kind. Dreamtime off being and raising that band out. Very stat.
Omni Knight.
That's I don't know. It's just like an Omni solo mid, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of it.
Mid than a Omni Knight, to be honest. I'm not a fan. I think Omni's pretty bottom tier as far as heroes goes. Not like I think he's very situational, but I don't think he matches up well at all against LGD. Against heroes like Nyx, Shadow Shaman, they can easily get
10 seconds remaining.
Shadow Shaman. I don't know. This is
against the Rasta, say, you know, the Mirana can probably build pretty glass cannon this game and get away with it, but otherwise I'm not sold. And LGD,
Dire team pick.
so
Venno, Venno gets picked up by maybe. So
yeah,
I think this looks like a huge
lot.
outdraft. I think LGD have just got a completely outdrafted Dreamtime here.
Is, you know, being able to get purification down in the early to mid game. Ancient Apparition is going to make life pretty hard as far as that's concerned. And you can repel one guy, that's great. Everybody else is just going to get nuked down. So
It's one of those, like, it's one of those things where AOT is good against healers, but like a hero like Chen, where you've got AoE heals, you're not always going to be having the Ice Blast effect on you, but it's just impressive. Like, even if they stay alive, like, unless Sanking's going to be actually in the offlane, it looks like. So maybe that it is going to be an Omni Knight mid and Dreamtime potentially.
So at the moment,
About a road
in these games, it's a best of one. This is what, like, almost do or die for LGD to at least keep things in their hands instead of relying on weird results. So they're gonna be playing it pretty safe, I would expect. Meanwhile, Dreamtime, no matter what they do, they can't advance. Am I right? So it's
they're 2-4 currently. So at best they get a third win, and that won't be enough.
just influence LGD's chances, and that's about it.
Right, we'll introduce our team over the raid.
The battle begins.
The Chinese squad is at the moment. Yelling, mocking, Sisans, and Solid. In addition to the team, maybe on Venomancer, we've got DD playing the Ancient Apparition, DDC on your Venomancer, and then finally on the Lifestealer, the carry player for this team is Zhao, Tuji, or Rabbit playing the Lifestealer.
DT, we've got In July on the Sand King, Dreamy U is on the Mirana heading towards mid, we've got Air on Omni Knight in the jungle, Super is going to be on Chen, that's the other Super, and then finally we had XTD handling Nature's Prophet up on top.
So really I'm with you. This is going to be difficult here. This is Sand King, who's sure you got a double damage at the start, but Chilling comes into play and Fjord ready. So if he thinks about going to Sandstorm, it's not going to help him.
Of their hopes in this Nature's Prophet. One, doing well against the Nyx Assassin, which he should, and then two, hopefully being able to get that level 6, maybe start becoming a little bit of a nuisance for this tri-lane, because I don't really think that this DT duo lane should be able to get too many kills, though maybe the Chen can be the deciding factor, and Super smoking in right now.
Exactly Super can do with this. Fight them, they can just Chilling Touch and turn around and go on you. And he gets revealed, like right off the bat, the Centaur comes in and I'm sure he gets himself down the bottom lane to assist, but what does he do here? He's just going to be kind of leeching experience. I don't think they can really fight this tri-lane versus tri-lane. The guaranteed kill.
Any of their heroes, even Leap level 1, and isn't even Leap for Dreamy U. If he reveals that he has Arrow before he gets level 2, then he's in really big trouble.
Yeah. Prophet can TP, actually no he can't, he's got no mana, but like in theory Prophet could be TPing in if he had the mana, but it's not something he really wants to be doing. Maybe once he has his phase boots he can actually provide some decent right-click damage, but for now he just wants to play this 1v1 matchup. Yeah, once he gets impaled from him, does a decent chunk of damage here.
Not for you.
Prophet like wins the last hit battle here, generally speaking, but I feel like Nick still actually does okay-ish against the Nature's Prophet, and once you hit level 6, any hero rotating to help out the Nick is almost a guaranteed kill.
Losing the lane by a few CS, he's really happy to get a full solo lane's worth of experience and be able to go gank level 3, level 4 heroes when he's level 7. So I think Yav's very happy with how this is playing out. And the top lane's really going to be the one, those two heroes have to try and, you know, change the course of this bottom lane.
We say no.
Bit of a stalemate.
Chen's just sitting here like, I don't know what this is. Yeah, exactly. Doing not much. I guess he's getting, you're sanking a couple more last hits than he would otherwise be getting, but valuable asset to this bottom lane. I mean, if he's not here, the sanking Mirana have to play so defensively and far back, but all that worth it.
VC's grabbing little bits of experience and gold all the while, so they haven't even really shut LGD out in terms of levels. It's just a minor inconvenience, and that's 3 heroes kind of destroying their early game to minorly inconvenience LGD and give the Prophet a leg up, honestly. So again, it goes back to him.
Yeah. And this is where the repel can block a lot of that poison damage, but he's actually farming much better than I thought he'd be farming, hitting on 16 CS to the 24 of maybe, so Omni Knight's doing reasonably well considering the matchup. Like, this is still a heavily Venomancer favored matchup, even with the repel.
But
4-minute rune
I'm just wondering what the Omni Knight is accomplishing, is the thing. I think Venomancer's going to be happy to sit here until the end of days, pressuring the tower and out-farming the Omni, and I mean, even if Omni maybe gets up a mech, or yeah, that's the thing.
Just like a, I don't know. His strike is
fighter.
His team. They can like just transition, like when you transition from the laning stage to like a ganking of the game. Feels like it. I don't know. The lack of better days. Like, he doesn't move, or he's not mobile. He's more range, that practical to use, and I just don't like the hero
himself. Right? He's supposed to put repel on somebody who's got a glass cannon build, keep them alive with Guardian Angel, and kind of hope that the backup that he's providing to your carry is turning your carry into something twice as strong. But by himself, he's like a big fat zero.
He's a counter ganker because he keeps the hero alive, but you're keeping someone alive. You're not going to actually turn it around and get kills really with this kind of lineup. Like, your Mirana's a support, your Prophet's just going to be. I mean, he's not taking it to make it a Sang help to it. It's stunning Sang. But he's really doing this bottom lane.
Yeah.
Is ours.
After the mid-game team fights for DT, right?
Yeah.
Have to land Epicenters, have to land Wrath of Natures. They've got Wrath of Nature up now as well, so maybe XCD can make a bit of a move down towards bottom lane. LGD are getting a little bit aggressive here.
Yeah. Now he teleports to the top lane, so in about 30 seconds time, could be looking toward that. Oh, good chuck at this Knight. No, just the second in a row with these runes. You got the last rune pop, and then we're going to see an engagement in bottom lane. Get the bar. Oh, hefty good one from these. Still alive. Still alive.
First blood.
First blood will happen. A leap in from the Harass brings down the Shadow Shaman, and now Harass going down the Abaddon. He's also great for diving towers because of the heal, so he's going to get another kill. Onto the Ancient Apparition, LGD have lost 2 key. They're going to get slowed up. They got the Guardian Angel or... TP's coming back in, and with a Prophet there as well. Dreamtime is 3-0 great here.
What was that Ancient Apparition buyback?
I didn't see that one.
Very odd.
Oh, that was very odd indeed. And they're diving for him. They're diving here. He's actually off to the side. The Angel Light. Well, they catch out the Ancient Apparition. They'll be more likely to get this kill. Meanwhile, Omni Knight goes down. That's a big kill for LGD. That's a lot of experience and a decent amount of gold as well. In July now in trouble as well. Burrow straight to the trees. Has a Tango here. They don't quite see him just yet. Uh-oh, now they'll see him. Sandstorm. You can sit in Sandstorm for a very, very long time, but apart from that... Sandstorm wears off and he dies. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, he's only got 1 stick charge, so...
3 seconds.
Yeah,
he can't recast it. It's just the level 1 Sandstorm.
Nothing touches the...
I think he recovered pretty well there at the bottom lane.
They had a moment right after they used the Guardian Angel where they could have maybe just decided, okay, look, 3 kills, that's enough. away we go. But they got greedy for some more and ended up getting punished a little bit for it. Again, they got a buyback out of AA, who still doesn't even have boots, so I don't know what DD was up to there, but
yeah, you buy back, you TP in and just cast like a chilling touch or something. It's... I mean, what's up on it will be a gank taking me out from now. He's got Vendetta. There is a smoke happening from Drip. Keep his eyes on the Prophet now. The Ice Ball takes... Apparition, gonna get the last hit. Meanwhile in the jungle, looks like they brought down Shadow Shaman with the 3-man smoke gang.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Maybe when this raid goes off, they're actually gonna look dive plus you have every time in the immediate side, the Carapace off, the heal bomb first. Just already up in Dream Time. These guys are pretty tanky and hard to kill between the Omni Knight and the Chin Heals. You can't just 5 towers like with one of them. And then you follow up with these heals.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They can definitely kill LGD's heroes. The question is, what do they do after that? Because they're definitely on a little bit of a clock this game, with an Omni Knight and a Chen and a bunch of heroes that scale reasonably late, but the sum total of their right click is pretty much the Nature's Prophet, especially with the Mirana being a support.
Yeah, this has got to become like a carry Nature's Prophet, I feel like. You can't just go like a Necrobook build this game. Almost need to see like what someone like Luo likes to do, where you go like a Mjolnir type build, or at least some kind of a DPS build, because Prophet is the right click for this team, and you can give Prophet a repel. So Prophet, if you go Glass Cannon, can actually be... I mean, you talk about Glass Cannon Mirana, I almost prefer the Glass Cannon Nature's Prophet, just because of how well and how fast he can farm.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, that sort of straight off. No, just need to run towards here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And on that purification. Fire's propped in. Well, miraculous in the next. That's how maybe. How do people there? How do people?
Tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Arrow gonna go flying, gets dodged by Maybe, and it looks like he'll survive this one. But I don't think I've seen a Prophet go this...
Dire's structures are fortified.
A long time.
It's a bit strange, honestly. And I don't even know if that raid ended up being a win for DT. They lost the tier 1 bot. Tier 1 mid is very low. They got 1 kill, but that was with all 5 of their heroes chasing around on the map, and LGD were just farming. So I think even just count that one a win for LGD. And this is always going to be the problem. DT have good push, but you're always pushing into Plague Wards, and you're always racing against Serpent Wards, and that just makes life very difficult. And you're pushing into Ice Blast as well, not to speak of the Plague Wards. It's a very difficult game for DT to actually push, unless they get pickoffs first.
And it feels like the way they're getting this feels like they're committing so many heroes to them, and that's where LGD, they lose one hero, but they have 2-3 heroes farming other lanes, maybe taking towers, and it's actually LGD who are ahead by 1,500 gold. Seems like Dreamtime have done a good job roaming around getting kills, especially when it's not really added up.
Orthodox.
The kill. He started running. Didn't even... Well, you started but just wanted to get out of there as soon as possible.
That was really cheeky from me. I was like, yeah, I trust the Ice Blast. It's got it. I'm just gonna start wandering away.
I think it's Andal. The big one.
Bunch of heroes bought, but this is just kind of shaping up like it might be a bit of a trade here. Ice Blast coming up in a couple of seconds as well, so DT may be in for a bit of a rude awakening here.
Gonna come out and immediately raise his sneaky first, like, it's a big swell the dog, because it means it's now put up here.
Tower is under attack.
Characters as well, so no damage actually being dealt by. In July gets killed by the Ice Blast. That's doesn't around. This is looking bad for Dreamtime. They may have overextended the Guardian name. They're going to keep some of these heroes alive, and Rabbit actually going to go down to a star. And it's just enough. There's repel. The heat damage is going to be enough. Bring down the Omni. Lifezilla has to fight for it though. Who's on Rabbit? That's like his quota for like a game. Like really. Even go again. Even when LGD are losing, he somehow has like 1 to 2 death zone there, but so he's died twice and just.
Hey,
First 12 minutes again.
Yeah, I think LGD, they seem pretty happy to just keep on skirmishing, and wow, XED's dead top. Ice Blast came in, he's got all the dots on him as well. Maybe he's just gonna TP out by XED.
Oh, this tower's, I guess, Treant denied? Yeah. But man, that's another great combo that LGD can pull out. The Venomancer plus AA. Brutal synergy between those two heroes.
Yet to take a tower. They've had a couple of swipes at this tier 1 bot, but they haven't. The fortification's even up at the moment for LGD, so this push is going to take a little bit. And because of that, DT going to see if they can find a pick-off first. Smoke coming out right now.
Coming with them. Like last time they were going for kills, and at this bottom lane, Prophet was off kind of on his own at top or somewhere else, and without the Prophet, I just feel like they don't really have quite enough damage to bring down towers, even with the Gen 3 buff. They're gonna find the lifestealer though. Purification Arrow, burst damage is, well, more than sufficient to bring down the lifestealer there, so Zhao Tuji picks up his... Could be in trouble, not to mention all the heroes underneath it. Maybe gets hit by a Purification. He does have a mech, heals himself up a bit here. No poison over, he's already used the top. We'll see the Chen get burst down. With Chen dead, this guy gets a whole lot of these, not to mention the AI plus. He's going to come in. It's in July. The Sankey going to go down to a Vendetta hit. Double kill for Invictus. Wards around the Omni Knight. He's going to go down to the Shadow Shaman burst damage as well as the AI plus. And now, looks like Dreamtime may have overextended here. In July, kept alive by the Moonlight Shadow and don't have the detection they need to get any more kills here. They need to keep on chasing. They get a bit of vision here. Yao, can he hit the Impale? Not going to go for it. Get out of that one.
Well, I guess DT finally managed to bring down that tower, secure a little bit more map control, but the pace does feel very slow, is the thing, especially for a lineup with a Chen, who's just not really getting the momentum that he wants.
I don't feel like Dreamtime really goes slow when you have a Chen Omni Knight. You could just dive you under your tower using all these heals, but this AA has kind of put a thorn in their side right now. It's really causing them some issues with these. I mean, AA just doesn't even have to be where the push is. Throw the AA from the other side of the map, you get that big AoE in. It's a whole lot harder.
Even worse, he's just going straight for an Aghanim Scepter right now, it looks like. So this is a very AOI-esque kind of AA, just kind of chills out over in one lane, gets his farm, throws Ice Blasts to the other side of the map, ends up with pretty good farm, and XGD stun off the mark.
Oh! Uncharacteristic from Yao, missing that stun and well then leading to the AA ulti missing as well, so... Meanwhile, Dreamtime are actually going to take a rotation here, it looks like. Arrow came in as well. Not the best damage up, but the Medallion from the Chen will make this a little bit easier. And responding to it, nor did really expect this to be happening. So.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The bottom river, so. Thought that it could be rotated, but we're not gonna return to this one.
To the Dire.
It's kind of less than I expected, given that he was the farmer, but I guess In July does have a couple of deaths to his name, but he's not even anywhere close to a blink. Rabbit gonna get caught out.
Now they look to be brought with ease, and
pathetic whelp.
he's just in a rough game.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Oh man,
attack.
FaZe, Midas, Helmavi, and Will, he's 1-4 right now, as well as having pretty much wasted a buyback earlier on in the game as well. He's looking for a 2 hero stun, but he only gets the 1 hero. He gets maybe. There's a ward trap as well coming out. Guardian Angel gets proc. That's going to negate the Serpent more damage in. Tower here, unless LGD can bring in more heroes as well as an Ice Blast. But Ice Blast is on cooldown, so.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is
Position
under
behind the
attack.
towers when DT turn up. We haven't had, a whole bunch of Plague Wards sitting around, defensive span laid down. They kind of just let DT walk in, hover around on the backside, but at that point they're just vulnerable to the burst strikes, so I think LGD just needs to be there a little bit earlier than they are right now.
The Arrow to follow things up. They're going to lose the Sankey, but he's got Aegis, so this is I'm okay with this trade. Using the Aegis, turn off the Nyx Assassin, who's actually a pretty key hero to bring down. He's level 11, so that's a lot of golden experience going to Dreamtime, not to mention the tier 2 tower. So they get that kill, and as a result, this tier 2 tower can't really be defended. Nyx is almost seen with the LGD heroes at this point in the game. In July, looking for another stun. He gets stunned, then followed up by a full stuff. Meanwhile, it's maybe on the front line, pops the poison, but gets arrowed as well. A lot of damage output being done. The buyback from Yao causing problems for Dreamtime. Meanwhile, he out of vision, he gets to high ground, I think the Warden. Goes down to Plague Ward. It's not buyback from Nexus. That's probably the only good buyback we've seen from LGD this game. Now it looks like he may find Super as well. AI coming in. This Impale's going to land. Super will take a fall. In the mid lane.
Really well up until this point. DT haven't really been paying too much attention to him in the fights, but he's been a big reason why LGD have actually been getting trades in these full 5-on-5s. So nicely done by him up to this point. And I think, again, if LGD can just continue to drag this game on, then they're in a pretty good spot. But DT are showing that if you slip up, then they can take your towers, and they will punish you for mistakes. So together a little bit.
Yeah, they need to pull together, because now losing fights get fucking hard for you. The next 3 and profit from every time. You can't pay. It's like he's got
tower is under attack.
not any and I feel like this life steal can get kited so easily because of all these kills. So he's gonna rely on AA to hit big ice blast. These kills, I think. LGD, once they get the A Aghanim Scepter, are probably in an okay position, but until that point, they've got to play very cautiously. Because you've got this whole creep army up here. The lifesteal's up here farming, and this tower's low. There's another 4-stuff into a Burrow Throw. Rabbit's gonna. Oh, we dodged the arrow with a rage. It came just half a second too late. That was so close to getting another kill on this life. It's gonna infest, but he doesn't actually get killed up by it.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
The Necrobook 3 on the Nature's Prophet, and now LGD just straight up on the run. Some great coordination from Dreamtime. Like, once or twice, Sanking seemed to be, like, caught surprised by the 4 stuff, but in general, he's just acting so well as an initiator here.
Not even going for one, he's just got an Ogre Club up right now. So he's 100% reliant on his teammates to get him into the fight, to get him in position to burst, right?
LGD, unless they go for an engage, they're going to get picked up. What's the Sanking? What's goes in there again? There's a repel on July. This will help him get finesse. They're not going to do so. Then data damage used by Yao. Good ulti coming out from him, and now he looks to Serpent Lord dropped on the side. Time is lost 2. They're going to make it 3 as Morana goes down under the tower.
I might give you a call.
Sanking was a nice idea, but Ice Blast just got out too many heroes, and then after the repel, Sanking didn't have the Guardian Angel, so he just dropped too fast to the right-click damage.
With the Hex as the Sand King tried to come in. I think if he'd got that Burrow Strike off before that, could have been a different fight, but DDC prevented the Sand King Burrow Strike. The Venomancer waded into everybody and just dropped the perfect ultimate, and that becomes an unwinnable fight for DT. So they're going to lose 3, they got some damage onto the tier 2, and now just have to see if LGD can get some pickoffs and keep DT away from their side of the map, because that was a really scary push for LGD. Not only was top lane pushed in, they had all 5 heroes there, and both of the other lanes were being pressured in as well. So there was nothing that LGD had going for them to stop DT from pushing. The only way they could stop that push was to win that fight.
The mistake of just trying too hard to force the issue and engage when they didn't really need to. Like, they could have just sat back, right-click down the tower with the Chen Creeps and the Nature's Prophet right-click. They didn't really need to overly commit under the tower. That kind of punished them quite heavily. That impressive until now. Now that Nyx has a blink, LGD can engage, but until that blink dagger, they didn't really have a good way of actually starting the fight. It was always Dreamtime starting the fight.
I think DDC just got his recently, so initiation for LGD now not really a problem. Okay. And DT still kind of have this really kludged together initiation with 4-staffing the Sand King in instead of him having his own 4-staff for blink dagger. as far as initiation is concerned.
Some more tracks at least. Picking out to go with turn. So because this game goes. Yeah, I think a bit of a punch, but off and now it looks like that one. That's not even close. Is what trying to get those nails now? That was. He just didn't directing the proper moving, I guess.
They didn't even have an ice blast or anything on its way, so I think Yao was just trying to be a little bit of a nuisance there at the end of his vendetta duration. But yeah, still missed the stun.
Omni Knight's picked up a gem now for the team. I'm good on it. He hasn't got it on himself just yet. Maybe. Yeah, he's good on himself. So, if we complete map control, we'll try LGD because the 95. I'm not going to go here. Hey, just 200 gold away from an Aghanim Scepter, and LGD are quite happy. Based on the impact he's had with ultis at the inside.
As well. So I think anybody that you hit with those two ults is just dead to rights, honestly.
Just Prophet. It doesn't get denied. Just Prophet gets the last hit. Give me more bottom lane. Look at Green Cat looking for engagement. I'll get the stun. Can the Arrows and then I'm not going to happen. Oh, not enough. That was when he could not have casted the arrow any sooner. He had to get the line and he threw the arrow as soon as he could, but the stun duration on the Burrow Strike was not long enough.
From XDD, that's both time that he's not right-clicking, and I think he might have blocked the Omni Knight from being able to get the one auto attack down. So maybe they can get that kill, but at the end of the day.
Up suddenly. He's got 3 points gold. Really. LG. I guess not.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't deal any damage against Guardian Angel, what's the point of having, 4 items anyway? So I like this pickup quite a bit. And it gives him another slow, right? The problem was always going to be that he was going to get kited around in fights. So I don't mind this at all.
Yeah, in jungle with the Nyx Assassin and see what you can find. Here's the gem on the Omni Knight, and Omni Knight with the rest of his team could probably have a position, so. No, the Impellant, he gets a little life so he doesn't. He could not kill. Not with the BB. He's in. Yeah, I did. I'm gonna pull Roshan. I think I'm squad just sort of see him rapidly go in this region. But hopefully for them it's gonna be respawning any second. They go down, the Burrow Strike come through, catch out there as well. They need to try and focus down some of these targets here. Lifesteal is going in and does get off the epicenter. The Guardian Angel's right with a diffusal on cooldown. A ultimate is mostly gonna miss here. But now the Guardian Angel wearing off, Angel Life's gonna be the main target of he's being focused, but gets propelled up. GD, we brought down Miranda, but not too much else. And that cost him a Venom buyback, so that was a 1-for-1 trade. All things considered.
Kind of back off. We've got a couple of cooldowns available for LGD, basically nothing for Dreamtime. And neither team is all that quick at Roshan at this point, so looks like LGD back off for a little bit. Big battleground for at least the next few minutes. Maybe XDD, by just split pushing top, might be able to get them into Roshan for free, but I think LGD are gonna fight for that as much as they possibly can.
Yeah, that's some Venom, so it's job next fight. And that's where, not to mention it's just a level 1 repel, so it's not that long of a duration, so this Venom ulti is just gonna tear through Dreamtime, even against a Chen hand of button mech. I feel there's just so much damage output, especially if it's level 16. He's getting very close to that level 3 ulti, and that's where
XDD on the top side of the map. 3-man gank comes in, and they're going to be able to bring him down.
Yikes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, they were there, but VC was actually the one leading it with smoke. So found him in the trees, got the lockdown to start, and then damage came in. So they knew that XTD was going to try and split push to secure Roshan for free. DT was still going to go in for this anyway, but that's an Ag's Ice Blast flying in.
I don't think they can commit to this one, even if... I mean, LGD don't have many... If Benno goes in with an ulti, these heroes just straight up die. Like, they could 2v4 this almost. Very low, and that puts Roshan below half HP, so if LGD bring enough heroes in, they've got 20 seconds with no profit, but looks like they're not going to be there in time to try and, well, not so much contest Roshan, but take Rosh before profit's back, but they'll just continually keep an eye on Rosh pit. Should GT make a move for it, they're going to be ready with the AI. And then Lifestealer's got another invest in 5 seconds as well. Going to the giants on the roof. He's going to go bottom lane. The Lifestealer Rabbit, who's going to be the one who they want to go Burrow Strike to start things off. Heavy Center as well. They need to get this arrow. They can't, so there's too many creeps. This assassin comes in with the carapace, catches up a lot of these heroes. AI Blood does a little bit here, but he really. Take all. You'll just like not getting that stuff. All the stuff. So do I think I click here. Vortex is blowing everyone so much. Repellent the super. Hold on, no from looks like Swiss from the whole control. 4 heroes dead. Triple kill DD on the Ancient Apparition, and them at the bottom lane. Maybe they're in hit. In their way, anyway, he's gonna pick up. Big 4 back to it's definitely worth that. Okay.
Everything that they had, pretty much their entire team fight on the Lifestealer, and then the rest of LGD just came in and completely mopped up. Bit of a dicey fight for Roshan, but Arrow's actually going to end up connecting on Roshan himself. More buybacks from GT, but this might be a little bit late.
He plays by in July. Doesn't make it beat for 2 seconds. Will have to pop it in a second. And we're going to lose the life still, but he does pick up the edge. That's the big thing there. Shadow Shaman goes down to the proper right click. He's out too. As Rabbit comes back after the ages, but now in July, he's got no support. Just working on it. Possible for he's still there. Get the Impale, the Repel comes. Looks like Super getting slowed up. He has got no way out of this one. The 4-star's not going to matter enough. The Purification comes in as well. And unfortunately for Air, he actually got caught by that Gale. This is going to be the death of him as well. The Carapace is there from Yao, not actually hitting anyone, but LGD, 24-16. They take a pretty solid lead here, and it's just to be tapering off here. They just don't quite have the damage output anymore now that LGD have these big items of it.
That they've got this Diffusal Blade just doing work. XCD looks like he should be okay. Maybe not. He doesn't have a TP scroll. Yeah, he's dead.
Very dead. I feel like the big thing with this draft is the last big AA. I think Dreamtime saw, they saw Venomancer, a Shadow Shaman, and Nyx, and Nyx is probably off lane, but you've got your 2 supports. Surely Veno and the Shadow Shaman are going support, but I think the AA pick just completely blindsided them.
This AA is huge, but like I said, this is just kind of the style of a lot of AAs. They're just off farming a lane, getting CS, they throw Ice Blasts when they're needed, and that's about it. But very nicely played so far at this point by DD. And I think you're right, I think GT did get a little bit caught out by this solo mid Veno. It used to be, I would say, a couple of months ago, back before the Chinese scene went on hiatus, it was reasonably popular. And I think DK still run it from time to time, but even when they run it as a core, it's often on the off lane. So, working very well for LGD here.
Yeah. Looks like LGD is going to get to work on this DT mid-time. Dreamtime just showing no signs of even coming close to defense on this one. This is where up the tower. The item progression isn't there for Dream either. They did go back for a Blink Dagger on the Sankion in July, but apart from that... Well, he could be up number around. His item on that just... At all. He had that stuff a good 10-15 minutes ago, and since then, he picked up his belt, and that's been it.
Yeah, do you think he's just going for another Necrobook? Is that the plan here?
Now it's like so much time's gone by, and they're not really on the aggressive pushing down towers. I don't know how much gonna be.
Yeah, I'm not sure what item, if there's any one item here for DT that starts to turn the game a whole lot. There is the Deso on the Prophet, which is flying out right now, so a little bit of extra right-click damage on its way, but...
Okay. They've got, like, BKB on Prophet and Mirana soon enough. Mirana just needs a couple hundred more gold, and... It's rare you say, oh, you need all these BKBs when you've got nothing down here. See, AX class. Something like BKB stay alive. Checks up a hood as well. They can make...
Dire's bottom tower is under
Dreamtime will have a much better chance of taking a team fight, but they've still got a bit to go. See, he's trying to get an epicenter off there, he's going to pay the price if he's not careful. Gets caught by an Ice Blast, and it looks like he's going to go down to the Lifestealer. Just bar striking in there to go for like a sneaky epicenter maybe, and he found the next.
He was just trying to get in position, hiding on the side, and ran into Yao. That was just... I think you're right. Unfortunate is the word.
Oh man. Dreamtime's away, but not in the last few minutes. Yeah. LGD squad are getting pretty rich. Looking towards your shadow. Pulled out your setter. Dynamance has picked up Reaver. Game right now. Hitting 10k net worth on a support at 34 minutes in. 1,000 level of arm almost.
They're so far ahead in terms of experience as well. They've almost got level 16 on all three of their supports. And if you just look at the hero level chart, almost everybody is on LGD is more leveled than anyone on DT. Nature's Prophet is the only one who's in the middle of all of those LGD heroes. Yeah. So LGD have just spent a lot more time kind of chilling in their own lanes, grabbing farm, and while they've been punished for it from time to time, most of the time when they got punished for it, that was 5 heroes, 4 heroes turning up for DT, so even then doesn't necessarily end up worthwhile.
LGD now, they're going to try to bring down this last outer tower. They've got the Serpent Wards, they may not even need it, as it doesn't look like Dreamtime have any interest in defending this T2 tower. It's full HP though, so we'll see what LGD decide to do here, but...
Dire's top tower is under
getting out of control. Hey, hits level 16 now, so we've got the level 3 Ice Blast with Aghanim Scepter. Not to mention he's going to have a Rod of Atos soon. This is truly an AUI 2000 foundation apparition when you've got a Rod of Atos coming. There's initiation from your next step. He's going to catch an air, it looks like the Ice Blast. It still clips him. Regardless of the right click, he gets another kill. Godlike 3 DD. He's just massive, poor guy. Oh, poor Omni Knight.
More kills than anyone in the entire game at this point. He's done very well for himself.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's now 2. Plenty of items here around as well. Thanks for being the third most farm, but you're Venomancer. He's got his Heart of Terrasini second, I imagine. Okay, yeah, red equals the vitality. So he's got his Heart of Terrasini. Your life's still getting pretty damn farmed as well. Has he got his Assault Crest? He's got most of the pieces. No, he still needs the Hyperstone. So they're going to have Heart on the Life Sealer. Ridiculously farmed AA, and then we're going to see the Venomancer. Sorry, the Life Sealer with an Assault Crest and just 700.
I don't... what? Yeah, I guess.
Why don't you go? Like, I don't mind it.
Yeah, you can go Veil, and you have Ags, and it just doesn't matter if you die, because you're taking everybody down with you.
On the front lines, tank a lot of damage, and then just back to have the passive regen to help heal himself up a bit, but yeah. It's... So maybe they're up.
He's in a battle with DD. They both want to stay at the least number of deaths in the game, so that's why the heart's there.
AI Splash gonna go flight off. Shout out anyone that's yeah, more already. Just gonna attack it. The eyes. A lot of backup here. Dreamtime at this point need to try and do something something a bit cute. Either try and fade out one of their heroes and just provide some unexpected backup, or they need some way to take a team fight on their own terms, because right now things are just not looking good for them.
Same situation that they found themselves in with that top tier 2. They're always making sure that if DT make a big committed push to one lane, they're going to try and shove another lane as hard as they can to at least give DT a little bit of a clock to deal with. But DT just come in, they shove, and then not going to put up much of a fight, just back off and leave maybe to grab a whole lot of farm. So Roshan's up now. Maybe DT can get their hands on it, but none of their heroes feel that impressive with an Aegis right now. Even the Nature's Prophet. So, we'll see.
You die once, you generally dying twice. You get caught out by this kind of a lineup.
Yeah.
He's not, like, first hero they target in a team fight, unless he's really out of position. Able and just I guess, because they didn't have time. But Shadow going to be used here. Dreamtime, Nexus Prophet just keeping out from the bottom. I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to accomplish with that Moonlight Shadow.
TP off cooldown. It came off cooldown right as his Sprout ended, so I think they were just using it to make sure that he got out of there. It was very similar to top lane when he sprouted himself and kind of tried to fake that he'd TP'd out, and then they realized, oh wait, he hasn't actually gone anywhere. But this time he escapes.
Yeah. They're going to regroup. They've got fighting around there. LGD Steve's Roshan. They can look to go a bit. How long is that in there? Defense fight, maybe?
Yeah.
LGD maybe if they're in Gem Light. All around, he needs to try and catch something. Put out a lot of these heroes. Omni Knight can take a fall. It looks like the Ice Blast accused the kill. Omni Knight and can both take the fall. The two big healers. He can really just like the blink as it. Around. Well, no, Sable's really played fights me out of touch. And even if they win this, they're still barely hanging on. The Serpent was getting from a tier 3 tower. Even with the bike, Dreamtime looking with. One kill with the ultimate on the light field bit. There's more than enough damage on the Raxes, and GG is called. Dreamtime tap out, and their lineup just did not scale well at all. The Omni Knight hit the bottom, and Dreamtime just quickly lost steam.
Or what the plan was, honestly, for Dreamtime, because I feel like things played out about as well as they